Hikaru, and Magnus, all players that have won Title Tuesday, and Jeffrey Zhang from the US. And we are going to be following two of these 5-point players. It's Hikaru versus Bortnyk, two of the biggest names in Title Tuesday.
That's right. Such history between them. They've won Title Tuesday countless times. Hikaru's played the TROMPOWSKY attack, which is the white bishop coming up very early to trade off for a black knight. The top players, they're normally quite attached to bishops overnight, so it's become quite rare, this opening. But on the plus side here for white, black does get a couple of doubled pawns. The black king, though, is going to be very safe on that side of the board. Hikaru's plan later will be to push this one forward to try and isolate one of black's pawns in the center. It's known to be a very positional opening these days. Very slow, very strategic, and we'll see a long grind ahead, most likely. Slightly better for Hikaru right now.
And we can see that Hikaru is streaming, as he always is, and we'll hear what he says.
Because now I'm just going to go c3 or a3, and I think he's just wasted time, and he's giving me the c4 prep to open up the center of the board. I am playing...
Yeah, he seems like he's pretty happy with how the situation is going so far. He's playing quite quickly when we see that he's only spent 20 seconds, and that he said that it seemed like Bortnyk maybe had wasted some move by going out here with the bishop. So this is a Hikaru that seems quite happy with his opening.
Yeah, it's his type of position. He likes to postpone the real chaos until a lot later when the opponent's down under the 1-minute mark. He's made a living, Hikaru, off just flagging opponents, but also kind of tricking them when they're low on time. This bishop now is untouchable due to a pin along this line. The white rook in the corner is defenseless right now, not protected. But it is a bit risky. White's bishop can step back to hit the black queen. The black queen's going to have to kind of stay on the edge of the board for a while just to keep this tension. Bortnyk spent a lot of time on that move, though, and I'm expecting Hikaru, there we go, to trade off queens and go into an endgame where he'll hope that black's slightly worse pawn structure is going to play a factor. This is very kind of highbrow chess. This is not one of those fun attacking positions we saw with Torstein. It's one of those slow grinds. They know they're both very good. They know they kind of have minimal weaknesses. They're just trying to play for incremental long-term gains.
And us, like as a streamer, have you seen some of Hikaru's stuff online?
Yes, he's one of the greatest of them all. He does speedruns where he creates a new user. And then he sees how fast he can climb in rating, which is really fun to watch. And then he has these enormous win streaks where he wins hundreds of games in a row without losing or drawing a single one. So it just goes to show how skilled he is.
And it's very amazing that while doing all of this and being like mostly a content creator and a streamer, he actually now has qualified for the candidates tournament, meaning he could become the next world champion. That is a possibility. And I think that is like amazing to be able to combine those two things. And actually, after having a bit of like a professional slump, he started to prioritize having more fun with the game. And that's really paid off chess-wise. Do you think he has a real chance in the candidates, David?
I think definitely. It would be a case of third time lucky as well. Like he did play in the candidates a while back in 2016, just before a bit of a slump. But the last two candidates tournaments in 2020, 2021, the kind of delayed candidates with COVID, he just needed to draw against Ding, and he would have been in the World Championship match. He didn't know it at the time, but Magnus was stepping aside. It could have been Hikaru instead of Ding. And then in the last candidates, in the final round, he played Gukash. He needed to beat Gukash. If he had, he would have been in the World Championship match again. And of course, those two players that he missed out to became world champions. So it feels like Hikaru's been like the nearly man of chess. He's never won a World Rapid or World Blitz title either, despite being so consistent normally. So it feels like that's the one thing missing. That's the one final motivator for Hikaru Nakamura.
And he's going to become a dad soon as well. His wife is pregnant. And if that affects him in any way, I mean, Magnus has been playing pretty well after becoming a dad, having this amazing 11 out of 11, even having his player card be adjusted by you, David. So maybe that will actually inspire him and make him even better.
Yeah, it's trendy these days, being a dad.
Yeah.
Getting 11 out of 11. Maybe, Hikaru is going to be a dad 2 months after Magnus. Maybe Hikaru is going to get 11 out of 11 just after Magnus. Anything you can do, I can do better.
I thought there was this dad tax that you had to pay with 100 rating for becoming a dad. Wasn't that a thing?
And there's also something about getting married as well.
Yeah, married, that was it. Yeah.
But maybe also with babies. But I mean, these guys are professionals. And I also feel like Hikaru has always kind of been juggling his professional chess career with lots of other stuff. And he's made it work. And here he has now 2 minutes more on the clock. That's an amazing advantage to have against a player like Bortnyk. I mean, he's playing really quickly, but he's playing good moves.
He's playing great moves. And Bortnyk's shaking his head because he knows he's just playing way too slow. Right now, white has the advantage because black has one huge long-term weakness. Black's pieces are going to be tied down defending that pawn for the rest of the game, and we see a big blunder from Bortnyk. It's a strategic mistake. Look at the white bishop now. Its prowess is so strong on the diagonal. There's going to be all sorts of clearance sacrifices. White's threatening to take this pawn already just to get the white rook up the board, and Bortnyk is not going to be able to survive the pressure. Hikaru's done nothing all game. He's just waited, and Bortnyk's kind of beat himself.
And why is he drinking tea when he has like a minute left on the clock? Is he that?
He knows.
He knows that this isn't working?
Yeah, what to do? I don't actually see any good moves here for black already. Knight takes pawn is almost an automatic, allowing the white rook up to deliver a nasty, nasty check to the black king, cage that black king in the corner. He doesn't need to rush Hikaru. That's the thing. This black knight is not going anywhere. It's almost trapped. So he could just step up his rook. That's a very Hikaru move to keep the tension.
He's smiling.
Or at all. Okay, I don't really want to go a4. King f1, g1 is also not really the move that I want to play, but I'll do it anyway. Probably going to go a4, a5 somewhere soon. Like, you can go...
It's always fun to hear, like, Hikaru, he's so used to kind of talking to his audience, but he also uses a lot of, like, chess moves, and he's just saying this, and he's always drawing lots of arrows on his board as well. So I think he might actually have an advantage of the way he gets to play here, where he gets to stream while making his moves.
And Hikaru making some faces, but he knows he's winning now. He's a clear pawn up. With that clearance sacrifice, he got his rook to the 7th rank. It's 7th heaven here because there's so many snacks on offer. It's like a full buffet. That pawn is dropping next at will, and the black king has no escape squares in the corner. It's going to be checked by the white knight for eternity. And there we go, 2 pawns to the good now. Bortnyk's body language is so he knows essentially here, so negative. But 3 pawns down against the second best player in the world. And under 20 seconds, he knows it's terminal. The white rook's just going to move. The black knight is going to try and support some rook checks, some counterplay from the black pieces, but that is not going to provide much hope here. Hikaru even gives up his rook. Wow, that was a sneaky pre-move. I think Bortnyk might not have realized the white rook was on offer. Maybe neither of them knew, but the clock is going to be the big decisive factor here. He gives up his rook for knight, Hikaru, but he has 4 pawns now, unchallenged pawns, and he's not even trying to win on the board anymore. He's trying to play for time.
Yeah, and when you have 2 minutes left and 13 seconds, that's kind of tempting, right? Then you just say...
Sacrifice everything. Check.
Make weird moves.
Yeah, push those pawns. Bortnyk.
Oh,
en passant. He
declined.
The most important thing is whether or not the en passant happened in Magnus's game, though, I feel.
Yeah, that's true.
It says right now there's an equal endgame going on over there. But Hikaru does win this game, as we expected. He really crushed Bortnyk here with both on the